let's take a look at the Prism K12 strategy of connect. If you're on the website, you can find all of the definitions for the strategies under strategies. And when you click on this left-hand drop down, you'll find all of the strategies here. And if you click on connect, you'll see that the Prism K12 definition of connect is to contextualize and associate using varied information and perspectives. Also, take note of this artwork, and you'll see down here in the bottom in the classroom, if you click on that, you'll get an explanation of the lesson that this artwork was created through. You can also click on examples and find some other ideas or ways to use the Prism K12 strategy of connect in your classroom. Okay, so transformations, reflections, and rotations, those are the big ideas for tonight. We're going to connect those things to the artwork of Piet Mondrian. So again, we're focusing on reflections and rotations. A reflection in math, the easiest way to remember it is that it's a mirror image. So it's a flip. And it can be a flip in any direction. So in this case, that takes on the appearance of a horizontal flip, but it could also be a vertical flip. A rotation is a turn. So reflection is a flip and a rotation is a turn. Okay, so now we are looking at Mondrian's self-portrait. And we're thinking about this as a reflection. So this is the yellow line represents the line of reflection. What's going to happen next is that we are going to reflect this left-hand side of the painting. So now we have a perfectly symmetrical Mondrian. So comparing on the left, we have the original painting in its original form, and then on the right, we have the reflection of Mondrian. So we've created a line of reflection down the middle of the painting, and then we've reflected vertically from the left to the right. So that's a demonstration of what a reflection looks like. This is what a rotation would look like. So we've taken the original painting and we've rotated it 90 degrees. So here's an example of the original painting. This is painting number 9 by Piet Mondrian. And then this is a 90-degree rotation of it. You can follow along by the big yellow puddle. And then this is a 180-degree rotation. In this example, we've taken the 180-degree rotation. Then this is the original painting. And this is a horizontal reflection. So this is again showing you the original painting and what a rotation looks like and what a reflection looks like.
I think it's really, really useful because when I've tried to teach symmetry to kids, it's really, really hard to explain mirroring. You can show them a million times and they just don't get it. So to actually have them manipulate pieces, I think it's great. I think it'll really help them.
Oh, good.
And it's challenging enough too. It makes you really hold the piece of paper up. I'm holding it up and then I'm like laying it down and picking it back up to make sure it's right.
It's so hard to make that flip in your mind for some people.
Mm-hmm.
Visualize it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of an abstract concept.
It's so great for math, just having them think about, because it might be very confusing if they're looking at their graph to try to think about what it would be like reflected, but then to look at it as artwork and to reflect that, I think that would really help them make those connections. And as art teachers, I think this is a really great way for the students to understand how a print block is going to opposite when it's printed upside down. You know, when you print it, it's a reflection really of what it is you're creating. So nice connections.
The other thing I like about it too is you can test for understanding and knowing using that, because if you have an image or a slide that would be like, if you were doing it in progress and you said reflect, and you said, or you told them to do the next step, you could show two images or two choices and then ask, was that a rotation? Was that a reflection? And just by manipulating those concepts or images, it would force them to think about, well, if I'm reflecting or if I rotate another 180 degrees, because I know that degrees and math, when they're starting to do that part of their units in the maths curriculum, this would be a good visual way of showing the understanding of the degrees in math.
And you could, like, if you were studying the different degrees, you could have them graph out what, like, 20 degrees looks like, and what 30 degrees looks like, what 45 degrees looks like, and so on, and then have them rotate to those different degrees. That would be really cool. And a great way to use arts integration as an assessment tool, So once you've literally rotated your reflection by 90 degrees, then this is where we take artistic license, and you get to use your own expression to connect Mondrian's artwork to math. So you've now taken half of his painting, and you've explored what it would look like as a reflection, and you've explored what it would look like as a 90-degree rotation. So now you can take those shapes, but keeping the reflection and the rotation, move the shapes around to create your own collage. And so this is my representation, my artistic representation of a reflection, a vertical reflection and a 90-degree rotation of Mondrian's painting or composition number 3. This is the horizontal reflection and the 90-degree rotation. And you could have students work in small groups and have them, like, you've got the horizontal reflection group, and you could have like a 20-degree rotation group and a 45-degree rotation group. Or, you could have different small groups of students working together to reflect and rotate in different ways. So once you have moved your shapes around to where you like them, to your artistic interpretation, then you glue and you have your original artwork.
Oh, Christine, very
Christine.
nice. Looks like a floor plan. That's very cool.
Nice, Dominique.
Yeah.
Yours looks kind of three-dimensional too. Carolyn, yours has a lot more space than everybody else's. Everybody else went and sort of collapsed it.
Oh, and Adeline too. Oh, you guys have the blue one, the ones with the blue.